So I just got done with a meeting for my class because sophomore and junior year of college, we do this thing called 社会实践, and I honestly don't know how to translate that off the top of my head, so I'm gonna let myself voice this over with an explanation. 社会实践 could be translated as social practice. It's essentially a study trip where we get knowledge and expertise in the real world in our fields of study. So, yeah. And it's kind of funny because like nobody in my class showed up. And I honestly don't want to go, but it's a thing we do. Last year I didn't go because they told me like too last minute. Usually they travel. I heard last year the animation department even went to like France or something. But this year, luckily we're staying in Beijing. I know it might sound fun to travel for most people, but I kind of don't like the idea of being on a trip doing like work for 2 weeks. I don't know. Right now that doesn't sound fun. I want to be able to sleep in my own bed. So, okay, there's people coming. I look crazy. I'll talk later. So I just got home and yeah, basically I went to the meeting and then I was like walking around with my friends or like classmates. I don't know if they count as friends yet. I'm still like really awkward with them. But I saw that they had a milk tea available as like a new product at Luckin Coffee, so I got a milk tea. And my friend, she brought me these little like mooncake things, but they're shaped as fish. She called it a mooncake, not me, okay? And so yeah, today's the 5th, and then on the 9th we actually kind of start, or the 9th I think we have a kind of class thing, and then on the 10th we start our trip. Last night I finished this PowerPoint that I have to present. Well, realistically probably my group members are gonna present today. Yeah, I'm really tired and I have to leave in like 10 minutes, so I'm gonna do my makeup real quick and then go. I'm literally too lazy to clean mascara off my eyes, so I just curl my lashes and don't use mascara. But this lash curler sucks, it's terrible. I don't think I see a difference. Ah. Just got out of class. It's like 3 p.m. so we only had like an hour of class. I was falling asleep, like I was like an old person watching TV. Like I was sitting there and the teacher was talking. I was like, tomorrow at 1 p.m. we go on a little like day trip, field trip. Yeah, I'm just gonna go home. See you tomorrow. Okay, so I'm headed over to my school right now. We're gonna get a bus for my class to go to the studio of an artist in Beijing. I think he's also a teacher at my school as well. So, yeah. During the visit, the artist talked for about 2 or 3 hours about all sorts of things, but honestly, I spent most of the time wondering, how did he possibly get this giant painting into his studio? Because I'm pretty sure it was taller than the walls even, so did they like pick up the roof? Or like how did they get this thing in there? Or did he construct the canvas inside? But does that mean that the painting has never left his studio? I was really thinking about that the whole time. It was okay, though it was a lot of talking and I started to get really sleepy. So I just got back to my school and we got off the bus. And then the teacher was like, okay, yeah, so like we don't have anything tomorrow, but you guys have to write a 2,000 character essay about what the guy said today. I don't remember like anything he said, honestly. And I was struggling to stay awake after like the first hour of him talking. But whatever, I'm going home now. See you later. The next artist we visited is Tong Kun Niao. And if I'm gonna be really, really honest, I did not, this was not my style. I was not into this. I feel like this part of the trip is when I really started to get fed up with this whole contemporary art thing. I know that by the time I got back on the bus again, I was kind of fuming because I felt like my time had been wasted. It's like 8 a.m. and I have to leave in like 20 minutes to go to school. Today we're gonna go to 2 art museums, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. I hope it's fun. I don't know if I'm gonna find it fun. I'm breaking out like really bad. I don't know why. Like, do you see I have all these little red dots? It's not even like bad pimples. It's just like, it's like having chicken pox on my head. I guess I've never had chicken pox. Okay, yeah, let's go. So the next artist we saw was in an exhibit and not actually visiting the artist themselves. I also did not really like this. It did feel like a lot of it was just like object lit by a spotlight. I really didn't think that the art that we were seeing was very worth going to see, basically. In the afternoon, we went to a museum to see work that was done by an artist called Song Dong. I think compared to a lot of the previous art that I saw, I did appreciate this a little bit more, though some of it was kind of frustratingly contemporary, is all I can say.
Because our bus was taller than most cars, somehow we managed to get stuck every time we tried to leave the museum, like from different roads going back home. I guess they forgot which road we took to get here. So we spent like over 2 hours driving in circles until we found a road that didn't have an obstruction. So the last time we went out on a trip was when we went to the 798 Art District, which is pretty famous in Beijing. It's like a bunch of old factory spaces turned into cool, hip art stuff, you know, that kind of thing. This artist, who, I forgot his name, I'll put it on screen, he's like a Korean artist, who has some really cool stuff. It felt very otherworldly, but no, these are actual, you know, chemical reactions you're seeing in front of your eyes that are creating these crazy colors and whatnot. What was probably my favorite artist that I saw on the whole trip? This is probably the day I enjoyed the most. I think mostly because I got to spend time with my friends. And then in the afternoon, we went to this talk, and I have to say, I got kind of snappy at the end of this. I feel a little bit bad, but also a little bit unapologetic, because they talked for over 4 hours. And this artist, he had 2 art pieces. One was a bunch of blank papers on the ground with binoculars, and you were supposed to like look out of them or whatever. And the other one was just a piece of sheet metal with blank paper glued on it. What was that? I'm gonna try to calm down, because like I don't want to be mean. I'm not gonna say anymore.
I thought I was done with my trip program thing. And then last night my teacher sent a message like, hey guys, let's meet at 9:30 to present our ideas for our project, blah, blah, blah. So I'm about to go to school and whatever, I don't know. I thought I had the rest of vacation to be vacation, because my school doesn't actually start until the 23rd of September. So I'm just gonna go. And I can talk to you later about my feelings on the trips that we went on. Okay, let's go.
So after saying all those things, we had to come up with some sort of art piece that we're going to do sort of as a final project for this class. You could call it a class, even though it's not during the actual school year. And I actually ended up changing it later, and in my next vlog you'll be able to see what I ended up actually doing for my final project.
I have like whitening strips on my teeth, so I'm gonna voice this over because I can't really talk well
show.
So today, all the people who hadn't presented their proposals for their final project are going to show it to my teacher, and we just happened to also have a film crew come in and film some stuff for a short segment they were going to put on the news about the district we live in. Since my school just built this new campus here, I don't know, they were just going to talk about all the stuff that's going on in our district. So that's why I was getting myself all dressed up and getting my makeup done, because I was like, okay, I'm going to be on TV. I'm going to be on the news. And I'll put a little clip from that segment so you can see.
学生们在一起，在杨宋镇开始了新的探索。
刚开始听到
环境的学生们，在他的课堂上都能够自信地表达对艺术的理解。除了常规的教学，电影学院怀柔校区先进的数字。
I'm gonna take out my
同学最后都选择以华人
strips. I'm back. My teeth are sparkly white. Honestly, it's just such a nice day in terms of being super rainy and cool and just like comfy to like curl up in bed and like be lazy. But I really shouldn't miss. So yeah, I'm probably gonna like be lazy for the next 20 minutes and then go to school.
My eyelashes look okay, right? Do you hear that sound? It's like a ringing, high-pitched ringing. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. My camera might be a little blurry because it was raining on my phone. But that's okay. I guess I want to go over basically what I thought of the experience. I think actually the biggest positive that I got out of this was being able to spend time with my classmates, because even though I'm in my third year of college, I feel like we're still not that close. Like, I definitely have friends, but it's not, I don't know, I think we could be a lot closer. And probably a big reason for that is because we're all art students and the stereotypes are kind of true. And I think I'm a pretty introverted and shy and awkward person. And I think the other girls in class can also be like that, even though they maybe don't like seem like it. Like, I definitely, like, there was one girl that I wasn't really close to that I got a lot closer on this trip, which was really nice. So that was probably the biggest positive. And then I think my biggest like takeaway from this is that I hate contemporary. I don't want to be like negative and pessimistic, but like I was looking at some of this stuff and like I know that like really like art can be anything, and I understand that everyone has like different definitions of what is art and blah 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 blah, and like what is good art and blah 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 blah. But there was like, I genuinely did spend a lot of the trip where we were listening to people talk and where we were like going through like the art museums, just being like actually really annoyed and frustrated and kind of angry, because I was, a lot of the times like in my head I was literally like, this is art. This is like internationally exhibited artists. This is what they make. You have an entire like museum, or like half a museum dedicated to this. Just like as a hobby, like I do love making art, but like, I don't know, maybe that could be turned into a career. Like maybe not directly being just like an artist, but being someone who designs things.
or like sells prints. You know, I don't expect myself to be like an artist in like an exhibit or like a museum. And if this is what the art world deems good art that deserves to be in a museum, I don't think I want to be approved by the art world. Because I think if they consider them to be good and they go, oh, your art's also good, I'm starting to think, what's wrong with my art that they think it's good? Yeah, I feel bad. Like, I kind of didn't know if I even wanted to talk about this because I didn't want to be like pessimistic, because I don't like, you know, I don't know. I don't think people want to hear you complain sometimes and just be like negative. But that's my like real takeaway from this is like, I'm just like, okay, you know, I just want to graduate. And I also had some friends who were also kind of like not vibing with it. Like my friend was also telling me like, she was like, they talk about all this stuff and like I don't really like relate to the things they're talking about, or like I don't really agree with the way that they're talking about things. And yeah, I'm like, for me, I'm just like sick of all the like talk, all the like deep philosophical thoughts and like what if this and that and how do you like, I'm like, I don't care. Like, can I just give me a paintbrush, give me, you know, some plaster, whatever. Like there's a certain amount of that deep philosophical talk and whatever, and like what is art really, blah, that like I can handle, and like we went way overboard that way long ago. So like, yeah, I did really like getting to hang out with my friends and like kind of having more like bonding time with my classmates. And usually I'm not this negative and pessimistic, so sorry if you didn't like that, but subscribe and you can watch more of my videos of my life in China on my channel. And I'm just gonna go now. I'm just gonna go and eat lunch. So bye bye.